know. I thought today, I mean, I'm on my own, so maybe a bit more time on my hands. I thought today I would tell you something about my shoe, or shoes generally. Possibly or arguably the most important piece of equipment that a walker might have. I mean, if the shoes are crap, you're going to have a crap time, I suppose, or you're going to struggle. Which, to be honest, I kind of am. I'm not going to blame the shoes, maybe my choice of shoe, because I'm not sure if they fitted me from the outset. But you know, I looked and searched, and I had to choose something, and eventually I settled on these boys here. So here, I've taken off my shoes, but don't worry, it's safe. Yeah, so these are the shoes that I have walked across Europe in. Yeah, they've served me well. I mean, I've got blisters practically, you know, I've had blisters since I left home, maybe started on the second day, and I still have blisters. So I've learned to live with them, although sometimes they are very painful. Anyway, I'll not get into my blisters. This isn't about blisters, it's about these shoes. Yeah, so I've been using, I mean, they were brand new, as I said, when I left, and yeah, you know, I'm just hoping they last the distance. When I was coming up towards Bristol, and that was 3 days ago, coming up towards Bristol, and I was looking down at them, and they were really starting to split where the toes, you know, where the toes bend, and you know, we still had 3 weeks to go at that point. So I was a bit concerned that the shoes might not last the distance, and I didn't want to be buying new shoes now for the last few weeks. So I thought, okay, when I get to Bristol, I've got a day off. When I get to Bristol, I have to look for some kind of glue, super glue probably, and get some material and try to fix them and try to, you know, save them at least for the last few weeks. So we got to Jules and Jim's house where we stayed for that day. Thank you very much, by the way. And whenever we arrived, they weren't there, but they eventually came after a short while, and they came with their son Xavier, and Xavier came in raving. I mean, out of the blue. It was a complete coincidence, and yet again another coincidence, and we've had lots of those. Complete coincidence, came in raving about this industrial super glue that he had used on, I don't know, certain items. And this glue was the bee's knees, basically, the best thing. So I said, have you got it with you? Because you know, really could be doing with it, because to try to fix these shoes. The shoes were soaking wet at the time, so I couldn't do anything on that day, because you know, obviously you can't really glue a wet sponge, or maybe you could with this glue, I don't know. But I didn't want to try it, so I did it the next day. Took my shoes, they were already dried, and got this super glue. And Jim came along with a tube, a bicycle tube, inner tube. And so what I did was give it a good wash, get the dust, you know, the powder off the inside of it. Cut these shapes. Well, I'll show you what I've done, because I'm particularly proud of this work. Yeah, so this is basically, this is the work. This is the fix, if you like. So this was the inner. This is the tube. This is the rubber. Done the same on that side, and that is where the, you know, the shoes were splitting and were looking pretty bad. So I have walked. I thought, to be honest with you, I thought, you know, okay, they might last half a day, 20 minutes. I don't know. I thought they would just flop off eventually. You know, there's a lot of bending there. They have to take a lot of stretching and bending, because that's exactly where, you know, the toes are bending. But I've been using them now for 3 days since, and they are still there, and they're as good as they were when I first stuck them on. So it's looking pretty good, you know, and I'm hoping that they will now last the distance of these shoes and take me all the way to Katy. So thank you again, Xavier and Jim, for letting me use your glue and your tube. And the only thing I'm concerned about with these is that the soles, the profile was about that much, you know, all over, was about maybe a centimetre, possibly a centimetre higher than it is at the moment, and it's really wearing quickly. But I think again, I was concerned about that, but I think it will last the distance. Yeah, so that is the report about my shoe. And anyone else, I mean, that's just a tip on how to fix your shoes if you're planning on walking, 2,500 kilometres in one go in a few months. But I think I will be on to La Sportiva when I get back and ask them if that's normal, that after two months of use that they start splitting there. I don't know. I don't think I'll mention the 2,000 kilometres, but I'll ask them, just to see what they say. Thank you.